Okay. And we are live. Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I got live with me today on a very serious topic, Miss Pebbles. Pebbles, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. So for those of you who are watching, myself and Krishna, we did a show on African unity, right? And it just so happened that you sent me a text with information in regards to donating to Jamaica due to Hurricane Melissa. And I said, you know what? You know, we say that let's unify, but I would like to see Africa, the Caribbeans, the UK, African Americans all come together and help Jamaica, Belize, anywhere in the Caribbeans. I want us to help Jamaica for the fact that one, we can do it, and two, I see how other countries come to aid. Like, say, if anything horrible happens in Germany, United States, uh, 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 UK, England, they all come and render aid, right? So I'm saying, we in a position where we can do that. It doesn't matter if 5, 10, $20 or what have you. Everything helps. Now, and before I bring Pebbles in, before we dive into this thing, breaking news: a relief plane heading out of Florida to Jamaica crashed in Florida with aid and food that was on its way for the victims of Hurricane Melissa. And so, with that being said, Pebbles, you have people on the ground in Jamaica. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And so this, and I'm letting you guys know this, that no, this is someone who continuously is in contact with people on the ground. Did they share any info on the level of damage that Hurricane Melissa did and what state Jamaica is in?
Yes. There are two men, I'm sorry, there are two young men that I have adopted as my nephews because I really love their demeanor. And I told them, I know you guys are doing what's a part of your job, as far as smiling with the guests, communicating, making everybody have a great experience. But it was something about them that made them that where they were like extra special to me. So when I got home, or basically before I left, I got their numbers and I was like, and I told them, I said, I am your auntie. You all are my nephews. I said, we're family now. And that was in August of 2024. So
Mhm.
going forward up until now, before the storm in which the young man, his name is Marco, uh, who I'm mainly in contact, and his cousin JJ,
Mhm.
because I met the two of them and my friend, my sister friend, while we were out there. And they, like I say, I really had a great experience. And the two young men, like I said, I've been in contact with them. But prior to the storm, which he told me, he said, Auntie, they said it's going to be really bad. And so he was like, well, my mother needs to go to the grocery store to buy some groceries. I say, that's a good idea. So at that time, I sent him some money. And then as the days progressed, I told him just to make sure you stay in contact with me as much as possible. But then with the hurricane and to the how how bad it was, how devastating it was, the communication there was none.
Mm.
So when they finally contacted me, that's when I was informed how bad it was. And the young man, Marco, he told me that he was trying to hold on to, they call the roof the zinc, ZINC,
Okay.
like the element zinc. He
Think.
said he was trying to hold on to it and it slipped from under his hand and he cut his finger. He nearly severed his finger off.
Mm,
And so, trying to protect his family's home. So, I mean, that's really the state they lost everything. And I mean, it is just really bad for the people there.
right. But one thing, I want to commend is, when you have that energy or you have that spirit to say that we are family, and you in another country, coming from the U.S. to Jamaica, and you make that connection and you stay in touch, that crosses any doubt of how we can unify and how melanated people we see each other as family. And for you to extend your time and monies to help and want to keep that commitment and that bond that you generated with the two young men is commendable. And I know that you have a GoFundMe for them,
Yes.
and I want you to and we're gonna put it up, but can you share that with the listening audience? And as I stated, we will have post that as well. And I really want to see if we can put our money where our mouth is, and in a sense of unity, and see if we can pull our resources together and do like every other uh, nation does, throughout on this planet. You know, as I stated, hey, they are in dire need, and the relief plane that was on its way out of Florida, it crashed and killed two people. So they really are depending on us, at this moment. So what's the information for the GoFundMe?
Yes. For those who would like to open up their hearts, when you go to GoFundMe, you will search for my name, which is Pebbles, Pebbles, and my last name Evans, Evans, and then you'll find it. It reads, "Help Marco and JJ rebuild after Hurricane Melissa."
And,
So
and
that would be the simplest way to find it, and then there you'll find, information regarding how it all began.
okay, and that's uh, GoFundMe, and we will have pictures uh, that will accompany the GoFundMe and give you all a sense of urgency of what's going on. I mean, this is happening right now. And
Right, they're having to live. They're living outside with just a tarp
come
over their heads.
come on,
And I mean, it's to that detriment. And then, I when I visited the country, I knew right away. I could sense, and of course, from observation, that there are people there. A lot of them are poor.
Mhm.
So, that alerted me, and it just, made me think about me. Like, what if it was me?
Right.
And then not only to add, like you say, with the plane crashing today, there are stores that are price gouging.
Come on, right. Exactly.
Yes, that's what's happening because I received information about that as well through the young man,
Yeah.
and that's really really disheartening.
Yes, because
So
we.
even when they get money, so because and I mean, I actually took, it's like when the young man send me information, then I go further research, to see the detriment of it. And there were things on Facebook where people were coming, even on TikTok, saying that people that the stores, some of those little stores had double bread to double the price. The price, yes. And I
Mm,
mean that's really that's horrible.
right. Taking advantage of someone else's pain, knowing they don't have the funds uh, to even indulge in price gouging, and also the funds that it's going to take to rebuild and get back to a sense of normalcy. Because in Texas, we know what it's like to go through a hurricane.
Exactly.
But can you imagine going through a hurricane and there's no regulation on price gouging? Going through a hurricane to where, it don't take much for your roof to fall. I mean that's in a different type of poverty. So I think, if not us, who's going to help us besides us? And it's time that we see all of us as family. And you are a leading example in that, because you are actually engaged, you involved, you went to Jamaica and you became adopted. Two young men became their auntie, they're your nephew, and you are helping and seeing what we can do over in the U.S. to help these guys, in which I've donated, and I want more people to donate, and let's keep this thing going so we can help them rebuild. Let's see. Look. When things happen in Europe, when they send collectively, they'll get $2 and $3 million. What's the goal for this? For the GoFundMe, what's the goal?
Um,
Mom.
really, because um, Marco said, "Auntie, my mother really needs a house because his it's him, his cousin, his mother. She has a 2-year-old, and then it's a baby that his mother is tending to, and the baby's mother died.
Ah,
So I thought that was really commendable of her.
right.
So yes, like
The
I
mother
said,
died.
they in dire need, and then I mean, it would be great if a house could be built
Right.
for them. I would actually love to see that. And I'm saying something just something very modest,
Right.
because when you go from not having anything to something small and minimal, it can mean a lot to where they can be secured and safe. And
Right.
not only that, but like Marco, even for him to be able to receive some medical treatment for his hand, because he, like I said, how I encountered him, because we went to it was called Letha's bamboo rafting. So what those guys do, when some the customers, they sit on the bamboo on the raft, they kind of guide them and pull them down the river. That requires the use of his hands, but his hand is injured.
Right.
So now he has a physical challenge now that
Right.
he needs to overcome.
Right. What I like to see, I'm serious, and help is help. Don't get me wrong.
That's
This
right.
this is not a race thing. From my vantage point, help is help, and whoever out there listening that can help. I'm just simply saying on the guise of unity, I'd personally like to see Black Hand helping across the waters to the Caribbeans to help these young men and his family, right? Because we,
Yes.
we often see other people, and we see the Europeans will come in as the savior, and they come and save the day, and they come with food and monies, and they boots on the ground, and they showing, look, we are humanitarians. Look what we're doing in the Caribbeans. And for those who can have boots on the ground and help, go. And for those who can't, you can help by donating. with money.
or at the least sharing the information, because again, like you said, every little bit, it does help. And absolutely. And of course, let's say, like you said, when something goes on in other countries, uh you know people help, but wouldn't it be great if that help is coming from us,
I mean, look,
if it's our face,
come on.
that, and then to help the country, this period. And like I say, the young men, they're young men, to put something in their mind to say, well, okay, then I know it's somebody that cares, that'll
Right.
give them, you know I would hope that it would give them some type of hope and momentum to be able to push forward.
I mean, come on, Africa. Come on, Nigeria. Let's go, Ghana. Let's go, America. Let's go, UK. Let's go, Belize. Uh, let's go, Brazil. All over the planet. Let's go and see what we can do to help our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. Shout out to Super Neil, which I know he'll be on it. Uh, hey, this is the time. Let's move into action and see what we can do. I really appreciate that, Pebbles. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I always say we never, being here in the United States and what we've experienced, we a lot of us know how it can be,
Right,
but we also know that there are a lot of organizations here, to the point that we can get some assistance,
right,
but for them it's like, okay, it's not a guarantee
right,
like here, because there are like so many organizations. You can go to the food bank, you can get this, you can get that, or whatever else. But like for them, it's like, for the most part, let's just say we may be able to go and get something from our neighbor, where the neighbors don't have anything to give,
right,
because most of them are in the same in the same position.
right. Exactly. And just, I mean, to add insult to a dire situation, for the relief plane, if you understand, this is a plane filled with supplies, food,
Hmm.
to come and help, that crashed in Florida, killed two people trying to render aid. And so, do you understand that now that that's a delay, the next
Yes.
plane, it might not come for another 2 or 3 days. So we have to step in action and see what we can do. Put eyes on the situation. Put your mind and your heart on this situation. Let's see what we can do to raise and to help the people. And Jamaica done brought us. So I mean, it's the talent, the energy. We, we live in Houston. I mean, Jamaica is Jamaica.
That's right.
Those are our brothers, man. We look, we go to the Jamaican concerts. We go Scissor, and I mean, come on, you know, we don't have in Houston. We don't. We know about Jamaica, Jamaica. You know what I mean? In Houston, we don't have any quorums. We all family, and let's help our family in the Caribbean, Jamaica, uh, and who our sister Pebbles have a personal connection with right here on Rural Pick Radio. So, hey, be blessed and watch how you'll be blessed by helping. And let's shock the world, right? Right here on Rural Pick Radio. Pebbles, I really appreciate your time and sharing this story, and prayers out to your nephews and their family.
Yes, and I would like to thank everyone that, just even for your consideration of wanting to help them. I really appreciate that. And like, if you're not in a position where you can donate, please be kind and share the information. Post it on your social medias, because if it's 50 cents, 50 cents can become a dollar can become two, and so on and so on. Every little bit helps.
Every little bit.
And I know they will appreciate it, because, and it's even that, and I understand, and I could sense that the young man, they have their pride too.
Right.
And I could tell that, because I had to keep asking, but then I was like, I got to help you, and you got to help me to help you.
Right.
And
And
I just,
well, I know Jamaica, and I know that what what will go to them will also be extended to other families. This is
right, absolutely, because they do help each other. That is correct.
Yeah, they really practice community building. So I know
That's right.
they will go and help other families with what we give. And that's how it's supposed to work. They'll take care of themselves and their families, then they'll go to the next family, help their family, and it goes on, and then they start rebuilding. You know, what I mean, what do we what will we do? Will we just sit back and watch and wait for somebody else to come save
To
our
save us, to save us.
come save us in 2025? That don't make sense. We do as much money as we spend in the club popping bottles and buying sections, and we can't help our family in the Caribbean, in Jamaica. Come, you can't tell me, man, please. All the rappers we got in here, and you're doing reggae hooks and whatnot. You can't help Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa done ravaged and damaged Jamaica. Yeah, nah, we can't tell me that, family. You can't tell me that. Africa, where you at? You know, I know y'all got that oil money over there. Help them brothers over there. America, help them. UK, come on, y'all right down the street. No, y'all not right down the street, but still, help Jamaica, UK. I mean, and I'm saying that to say that by doing this, as we work collectively on one cause, just watch. Just watch what happens. You don't understand how big this can be, showing unity across the globe to help Jamaica, right? And then we keep this thing going, right? I'm just appreciative that Pebble offered a portal to help and have a connection with somebody that's on the ground that can give her a play-by-play on what's actually going down. And then she takes that message and she comes to her brothers and sisters in the U.S. and say, hey, we got to help our people over in Jamaica. I'm going to put together this GoFundMe, and we will give you all the information. We'll give you all the link, and let's see what we can do. Better yet, let's do. Appreciate you, Pebbles.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
And we are Bro Creek Radio. We are.